afternoon. Good afternoon. That's the best you can do? Louder. Louder.
Afternoon.
There we go.
Yes, good afternoon. This is the British Virgin Islands Football Association. We're here again to let the public know about the opening of the 2016-2017 Schools League. As in the past, the Schools League will start with a march through Road Town on Wednesday the 12th of October, commencing at 3:30 p.m. We will march through Road Town to the A.O. Shirley Recreation Ground, where there'll be an opening ceremony. And normally we're blessed with the presence of senior government ministers, so we hope that will happen again. But before I go any further, I'd like to introduce those people that are at the top table with me. On my right-hand side, we have Mr. Avenel Clarkey Morton. He's the executive member responsible for youth. Next to him, we have Ms. Cassandra Gregg, Youth Development Officer for the primary schools. And next to Cassandra, we have Mr. Adam Dale Williams, the Youth Development Officer for the secondary schools, and also, of course, the national coach of the British Virgin Islands male football teams. And then to my left, one of the most important people from our sponsors, BDO, Mr. Ryan Gillop, and to his left, the General Secretary of the British Virgin Islands Football Association, Mr. Paul Hewlett. Welcome everybody, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, this year, as before, we've got teams from the major islands, all of the major islands, Tortola, Virgin Gorda, Anegada and Jos Van Dyke, not necessarily in that order. In terms of the number of teams, in the primary schools we have 42 teams. We have 11 at under 7, 14 at under 9, 12 at under 12, 5 at under 14, and 5 men, 5 women in the open schools. So altogether that's 52. In terms of numbers, we continue to grow. So we started in 2011 with 250 young people, and we're around about 1,000 now, and seem to have plateaued out at that number. Now, in terms of the actual organisation this year, there is a change in that BDO have been the sponsors of the Schools League since 2012. And then 2 years ago, when the number of teams had grown dramatically, we split between primary and secondary. So BDO continued to be the prime sponsor for the primary schools. But what we've done this year is we have opened it up to any other businesses that wish to sponsor school teams. So it's a work in progress at the present time, but I could just mention outfits like Auckland Construction, Ogier's, National Bank, Eustacia Island, Harney's, and we have a number of others that have made commitments, but they haven't been allocated a team yet. So the public should know that it is an opportunity for them to sponsor either a primary school team or a secondary school team. The sponsorship for a primary school team is $750 per team. That pays for their uniform. And for secondary schools, because there's additional numbers in secondary schools, it's $1,000 per team. In fact, I think most of our secondary school teams have gone, but there still is opportunity to sponsor there. So obviously we're very excited to be getting going again, and our anticipation is that, all being well, the finals of the Schools League will be held in the new stadium at East End I think it's on the 24th of February 2017. So that will obviously be an exciting time for us in the BVIFA, as it will be a major step in our dream to get that stadium completed. And also it'll be the first time that people here, boys, girls, men, women, will have had the opportunity to play on a proper football pitch with a very, very good surface. So we anticipate that that's going to really help the development of football in the British Virgin Islands. So at this particular point, I think I'd like to invite Mr. Avondale Morton, the executive member responsible for youth, to say a few words about his hopes for this year.
Good afternoon to each and everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure that I can stand here before you this afternoon and give you the outline of the British Virgin Island Youth Football Open Ceremony and Program for 2016-2017. On Wednesday the 12th, our march past begin at 3 o'clock from Buses parking lot to the AO Shorty Recreation Ground. Comments after that, we have the speakers, the governor, the ministers, and the sponsors to give a short speech. And after that, we go into the first game of our season with Anegada girls team versus the Seventh-day Adventist girls team, because there's some issues with them playing on Saturday, so we have to do it in that manner. Also, we expect to have some jump core, maybe some other little party favors going on in the match pass to make it more exciting this year. From Virgin Garda, from Anegada, the boat, Speedy's boat leave Anegada at 12 o'clock to Virgin Garda 1 o'clock, and pick up Virgin Garda school children from 1:30 to Rotown. So the general public are asked to take note that that's the ferry schedule for Anegada and Virgin Garda. So also during this time, I hope that everybody take the opportunity and make this year BDO, along with the other sponsor, tournament a success. And I must say thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Morton. So I think I'd like our youth development officers to say a word. They normally have their fingers to the pulse and know exactly what's going on, and maybe they can tell us a little bit about who they rate as the favourites for the year. So, Cassandra, over to you at primary.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I honestly don't have a favourite with everyone, but welcome again to the BDO and other sponsors for the Primary School League. I must say I'm very delighted that BDO is on board again. Thank you, BDO. We as parents and coaches, we're gonna work together to see that all the league games go along good. We'll be using the Altius Cafe Field from Monday to Thursday for the under 7, and we'll be using the Barbers Bay Field for the U9 and the U12. Also, we'll be using Virgin Garda, and mainly on Saturdays to accommodate Anegada. So most of the schools, you will find at least one team in each zone who is zoned with Anegada. You'll be making a trip to Virgin Garda one Saturday out of the whole league. I must say thank you, parents. Without you, this couldn't be impossible, because without the kids, we cannot have football. And the kids have been out in the numbers. There are still some kids who didn't get the time to do after school practice as yet, because I'm a bit low on staff for now, but we're gonna get it all sorted out. Thank you again, and welcome to the big league.
I must say good afternoon all.
Afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome again to the BVIFA Football Association School League. Very much pleased with the sponsors that have come on board. I must say thank you all very much. You guys have shown very much interest in our youths, and hopefully we can continue to grow our partnership throughout developing our youths. I would say congratulations to the champion teams of last year, and hopefully they can sustain their the performance for 2016-2017 through this season. We have some new players coming in from the primary school, and hopefully they can also step up the game as to the bigger guys. Hopefully you guys can, St. George's, Elmo Stowe, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Brigada Flats, and the Gala, Cedar International. I must say, I wish you all the best for the 2016-2017 season. We're going to try our best to do as much as possible to make it fair and good enough excited for you all to enjoy. So I should say thanks again, and we'll see you soon on the 12th for the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Cass and Alan. Alan, I think I'm right in saying that in the secondary, all the schools play each other twice. Is that right?
Yes. Because of the small amount of high school that we have in the territory, actually, in order for the kids them to get as much game, we're going to try our best to double the games. So we're going to put it in a way that they can play most like on a home and away basis, so they can have as much game as possible. We're trying our best for them to play as much as possible because we help them also to develop much more. So hopefully we can have a very long season this 2016-2017, and hopefully on forward we can have more on the pitch.
Yes, thank you, Alan. Also, the public should be aware that Mr. Williams last year got the National Youth League going, so that was for boys that have come out, boys and girls that have come out of the high school, and we actually set up the BVI Football Association Youth League, and I think that was done by district, is that correct? Yeah, so there was West End,
The Western Tigers, the Roton FC, the Valley, and Northern.
Right, so we've tried to regionalise it, so our hope is that will grow. So once the school league ends, then we will move into the youth league, and the good thing about that, it was both boys and girls. Another small change, but an important change, is that in the past, in secondary, we've gone straight to under 15. Well, this year we've moved it down to under 14. And you heard Mr. Williams say there's a lot of new players that have come into the high schools from primary this year, and it's been a challenge for us to keep young people in the sport once they leave primary, so we're gaining some success there. So we've reduced the age of the team to under 14, so that youngsters coming from primary into secondary will get a better opportunity, or more opportunity rather, to play. Now, as I said, these kind of tournaments at these kind of numbers, this kind of level, is impossible without sponsors. And we're pleased this afternoon to have with us Mr. Ryan Juluk, Director of BDO, and we'll ask Ryan to say a few words. I think you're quite used to this.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Once again, BDO is extremely proud to be the title sponsor for the BDO Primary Schools Football League. This is our 5th year now involved in this, and every year it gets more and more exciting. Every year, new students come in and show their improvement in the sport. One important thing that we like to see as sponsors, and certainly I know the FA likes to see from the development of the sport, is the number of students going on into the secondary school and continuing the sport, because that's really where the longevity of the sport really is, and where it's going to gain ground. So BDO is extremely happy and excited on that. I mean, having 42 teams this year in primary, which is close to the number we had last year, starting or having over 1,000 students in overall playing football and competitive football here, and that doesn't include the National League that we have now. It really does show that in a very short period of time, with with dedication from the BVIFA, and certainly hats off to what they've been doing, but also on what's possible from sponsorship level and from you, the students, on showing the competitive nature of it and the enjoyment in football. It really is about having fun. Yes, winning is important, but when we get to see this, when we get to see all the children having a chance to play, all the children having smiles on their faces, all of them showing excitement and proper sportsmanship, that's really what it is all about. And once again, we're very proud to be involved with that. I do, once again, and I think I say this every year, do urge the parents as well. They've done a tremendous job, but we'd like to see a lot more parents out to the games. We do see them dropping the students, the children off and the players off. But do stay behind and watch your children play. Be proud of what they're achieving, what they're accomplishing, and how much they're growing. So I do want to throw that out there once again, just to make sure that you do show your support for the schools football league again this year. And we hope once again that it will be a safe and fun league for all the students. We haven't, knock on wood, we haven't had any major incidents up until this point in time in terms of injuries. So we hope that continues, and we look forward once again to seeing all of these players out in the fields, all of these BDO shirts, and all of the other companies as well, all the other sponsors, to see their businesses coming out and supporting. It is a great testament to the league when you have so many other businesses who want to throw in their support for the teams. I would hope that does continue. I know Andy's already spoken about that. To come out and support a team, get your brand out there, but also show your support to the growth of youth football. It's all about the development of our youth, the importance of keeping youth off the street, and football is a great way to do that. So once again, BDO is happy and excited to be the title sponsor of the BDO Primary Schools League again this year, and we hope to continue that well into the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ryan. And it was BDO's willingness to put money in back in 2012 in substantial sums that provided the seed for us to get this program really up and running and out there in the public eye. And I think we're all aware that from a health perspective, playing active sport, whether it's soccer or whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball or whatever it is, it's very, very important for our young people to get involved in sport at an early age so that they can continue it as they get older, and then they will have less health problems. And obviously for us as a population, that's very, very important, where we now have NHI and we all have to contribute towards it. We want to keep our health costs down. So in winding up, before I wind up, I would just like to say thank you, not only to my executive, represented by Mr. Morton here, but also the coaches, Cass and Amandel. Well done, continue the good work. And to all the part-time coaches out there, we use, I think, around about 18 to 20 part-time coaches. We also do put coaches into, I think it's 4 primary schools on Tortola and 6 primary schools in Virgin Gorda to actually assist with their PE lessons. So we are actively involved, and we rely very much on our part-time coaches to help us with that. And that was a good point that Ryan made about parents. It's really, really important for parents to show children that they're interested in what they're doing and to be there to support them. But you do need to realise that you can't win every game. But do be there to support your young people. And also we should mention the youth committee. I think there's a volunteer youth committee that meets regularly, and I see a couple of representatives out there in the audience. So just a reminder, the BVIFA's 2016-17 Schools League will begin on the 12th of October with a march from the Roadtown Ferry Dock to the A.O. Shirley Recreation Ground, It should start at 3:30 p.m. and the opening ceremonies will be at 4:30. And then the league games will follow in the days shortly thereafter. So at this particular point, I'd like to say thank you to everybody for coming. And we would invite any questions that there are from the media if you have questions. Yes,
Since
sir.
the history of the league, what have you seen in terms of, say, high school players filtering into teams and our national teams?
The process has started in that a number of the men's Premier League teams now have players that were students that have moved out of secondary school into the men's league. There are also several that are still at school that are actually acting as substitutes for the men's team. So this is not a short-term process. This is a medium to long-term process. We sent an under-17 team recently to Suriname. They won their first game 1-0 against the Bahamas, then had 2 close games against Suriname, a very strong team, and also against the Bahamas. So we are seeing progress. We're well aware that it's tough for a youngster coming out of school to go straight into our men's national league where the standard of competition has improved. So with Avondale's help, we are looking at probably getting an under-21 league going in the near future to try and cater for them so that they don't get overlooked from the actual men's league teams.
Also, you spoke about the opening of your stadium. How long do you expect the work, or when do you expect the work to actually start, and when do you expect it to be completed?
The work on the pitch, the lighting and the irrigation starts on October 17th, which is a Monday. We actually had the pitch consultants down here the week before last, measuring up and going through the preliminary formalities. We've been given a schedule which shows that weather permitting, we've managed to dodge Hurricane Matthew, which is heading towards Cuba at the moment. Weather permitting, we anticipate being on the field in early February. Any other questions?
Adam, sorry, can you just confirm the format for the high school leagues in terms of, is it league or a knockout cup attached, or what's the overall plan in terms of declaring the champions?
Well, actually, we have moved the format. We're gonna stay with a league format, so that the team with the most points at the end of the tournament may win the league. Actually, when the league is over, we are trying to have a cup competition. Hopefully, that will take place at the new stadium, as the president says. So hopefully by February we may have a league cup. We'll have 4 schools into a league cup.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
When is the high school segment expected to convene?
Well, the high school, we are trying to basically finish it at the same time at the primary school, so we can have everything under one umbrella, and we can have both presentation at the same time, so all kids can feel welcome and present with the support. So hopefully that's the reason why, because of the least amount of high school we have, we are trying to have a 2-time play competition in terms of you play this one school twice.
And how many schools then are going to be involved?
Well, the all 5 high schools as normal. Last year we have the 5 high school, and again this year we have the same 5 high school. So that's included Claudia Cricket in Virgin Gardens. They have presented an all girls team. So that's also part of the high school league also.
So the exact starting date, November or later in October?
No, everything starts on the 12th, which in March, and then the following week begins our school league games, which is gonna take place We're expecting games to be on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays because we have to give them time also to get into their schoolwork. So hopefully on Wednesday we have the U15 play, Thursday we may have the ladies play, and Fridays we may have the open boys play.
And games will be played where?
At the Ewoshori, and also in Virgin Ghana because of the Anegada boat schedule. So we transport Anegada high school girls to Virgin Ghana while we transport the BVI high school girls into Virgin Ghana so that we can have the match on Saturdays.
Thank you, Avondale. I see we've got a budding journalist over there from Althea Scatliff Primary School. He has a question for us.
Or somebody get injured.
Well, if somebody get injured, I expect that the BVA Association will also help along with the NHI. So you'll be covered anyhow. And you have the after school insurance and the school insurance that we're trying already, so you'll be covered. And thank you. And also we'll have people at the games to make sure anything happens to you, you're being treated at the same time. Satisfied?
Can football players get scholarships?
There are scholarships available. In the present time, I think we have 2 boys away and 1 to go next summer. And we've recently had 3 girls away and 3 boys away. So our policy is to provide partial scholarships to young people that have achieved academically, which is very important,